Hey everyone, it's CL. Welcome back to my channel, and for the month of February I completed my very first readathon of the year, which is TBR Takedown 5.0. That is hosted by Leaning Lights, which I will link her channel down below. So yeah, in this video I'm going to show you like my wrap up of the books that I read as well as the challenges. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The first challenge was on your TBR shelf over a year, and that I selected this manga here, which is One Piece. I read volumes 1 through 3, and this is a series that you have probably heard about a lot, especially if you follow manga. It's about a boy who, as a young boy, he ate like this special and rare fruit that makes him really stretchy and rubbery, and as he gets older he aspires to be like the best pirate to sail the seas, and he's in search for this treasure called the One Piece. Yeah, and I really enjoy the series. I had previously read like a quarter of the way, and for whatever reason I just put it down and didn't pick it back up again, even though I did enjoy it. I am really glad that I picked this up again, and I'm really enjoying the series. I really enjoy Luffy and his new crew members that he's trying to acquire. So yeah, absolutely recommend this manga series, but it is a long series, so based on whether or not you think you can commit to the entire series, I do recommend checking it out. The second challenge was most recent book haul, and I picked this book here, which is Shadow by Michael Morpurgo, and I honestly picked this up at the library sale purely based off of the cover and didn't even bother to read the synopsis. I had read another book called From Baghdad with Love, which is about a soldier who was deployed in Iraq, and he meets this puppy or this dog, and he becomes so attached to it that he works to bring it home with him when he is pulled out of Iraq. And I had just assumed based off of the cover that it would be something along those lines of that other book that I read, and I was surprised that it had nothing to do with what I thought it was going to be about. And this was really, it's fiction, but it was really eye-opening and really made you think about what is going on in our world today. And I know that's a little bit vague, but I don't want to talk about this too much because I'm actually going to save this for another discussion video that I'm going to do. I'm going to bundle it with some other books that I have read, and I'm just going to do a different video and a different discussion topic because I think that we'll be able to kind of talk about it a little better and kind of touch on points that the book brought up. But I guess what I'm most surprised about is that this book really like touched me. It really touched me. It made me think, and based off of the cover, I would not have even thought that it would be about what it was about. And yeah, so I was pleasantly surprised. Really enjoyed this. The next challenge is first book in a series, and I picked up this one, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5DS, and I had thought that since my daughter watches Yu-Gi-Oh! Regularly, I had thought that since I in turn watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Because she watches it, that I thought that I wouldn't have any problem following the book because I do understand what goes on in the show and Dueling, and I understand the whole concept. But the problem is, this is volume 1, and they jump right into Dueling. They didn't bother to give any introduction. They didn't bother to even tell you anything about the characters. It kind of just jumps right in as if you already know what's going on, and I had no clue what was going on. It's volume 1. Normally in a manga series they kind of tell you some sort of introduction to each of the characters. No, they didn't do this with this one, and I'm curious why not, and I'm curious if it's because I'm just out of touch. I'm out of touch, I'm too old, I don't know. But it was rough for me to follow. It was, I mean, I understood what was happening. They were dueling, I understand that, but as far as the characters, I didn't really feel attached because I knew nothing about them. So this was a little bit of a miss for me, and this is actually my daughter's. I picked this up for her mainly for the pictures because she likes Yu-Gi-Oh! She's still a beginning reader, so I don't think that she could read this on her own, but she likes the pictures. And as far as the artwork was amazing. But as far as volume 1 in a series, this one wasn't for me, but maybe if you're into Yu-Gi-Oh, maybe it will be for you. I don't know. The next challenge was Ketchup on a series, and I think it's kind of an unofficial tradition. Whenever I participate in TBR Takedown, I always pick up a Pendragon book, and this time I picked up book 4, The Reality Bug, and I was excited to read this one because it seemed futuristic, but it wasn't so too futuristic. There were some futuristic elements, but for the most part it was kind of normal, I guess you can say, if you want to use that word loosely. But of course I enjoyed this. I enjoy this series. It's one of my favorite series, and I know I talk about it a lot, and you will not hear me stop talking about it until I finish it. And now I'm on to book 5, so I have 5 more books to go, and then I will shut up about the series. And the last challenge was to read something outside of your comfort zone, and one of the things that makes me excruciatingly uncomfortable is murderers, but even more so teenage murderers. Like, to be so young and be able to perform this heinous act, that really just makes me uncomfortable. So that is why I picked up this book here called Blank Confessions by Pete Hotman. And reading the synopsis, it was something along those lines where these boys are in like a police station, and the detective is trying to get information out of them to solve like this mystery. And yes, that is why I picked up this book, Blank Confessions, because I thought it would be something along the lines of like a teen murdering somebody, which it was to an extent, but it definitely was not what I had imagined, and I should have put it together that, you know, maybe this isn't what you think it is, because it is a YA book, and you know how YA books are. So it was kind of a letdown. I actually didn't like this book very much at all. I think I gave it 2 or maybe 1 star, can't remember, but I didn't like it. I paid 10 cents for it, and I think I might have overpaid for it. So these are all the books that I read for TBR Takedown 5.0. Super excited to get my first readathon out of the way for the year, and looking forward to the next readathon. So thank you for watching, and I will see you later.